Hello everyone, how's it going? It's your best friend Dalton here with you in the video, and I have something cool I want to show you guys. So several weeks ago, I was sitting in my apartment and I got a call from somebody. They had a cool mechanical clock they wanted to get rid of, and I went and picked it up a couple of weeks ago, and I want to show it to you. I like making videos about mechanical clocks. I'm not much into watches because I can't really get into them because I can't really feel the hands on a mechanical watch, and the watch that I have has a quartz movement. Not a bad watch, but I prefer mechanical timepieces. But what I want to show you today, briefly, is a 1980s Howard Miller grandfather clock with a triple chime, sort of rare movement, and I hope you guys will enjoy. So let me go ahead and turn the light on, and we're going to take a look at it together. Now, I hope maybe those of you on YouTube land can help me figure out what kind of clock this is, where it originated from, and maybe we can together solve some of the mysteries that not really mysteries. I want to learn more about how this clock was made. I want to one day find someone that can show me how a movement inside of a grandfather clock works. But let's start by taking a look at the case. It's in a dark cherry case with some nice accented brass decorative pieces. It's got an open pediment on the top. It's got 2 panels of glass in the door, and it is a chain drive movement with a sort of rare chime arrangement. It has Westminster, Whittington, and Winchester, which is not very common on modern grandfather clocks. So I'm going to go ahead and open the door, and we're going to take a look at it closely, the details of it. Now, I'm now standing in front of my Howard Miller 1980s grandfather clock. It's not been serviced yet. I want to one day be able to get it serviced. But this is a inside view of the clock. You've got the dial. Now, this clock is not illuminated. It was before they started doing that. This clock has a chain drive, and if you look, you can see the weights and the pendulum. It might not be the pendulum because it's obscured by the weights, but this is my newest grandfather clock in my collection. I have one back home in Arkansas. I don't know if I have a video of it on my YouTube channel, but when I go back this fall, I plan to document that clock as well. You can see the porcelain, the numbers are nicely raised numbers, and it's got an accented dial. It's got gold chains, and the weights I think the weights are also with gold trim. It is a lyre pendulum, and the pendulum is embossed with some really cool details. Let me see if I can show you the pendulum swinging. Well, you can't see it because it's blocked by the weights. Well, you can kind of see it. There it is, and it's got that nice motif around it. Now, it's got a lunar calendar, a moon dial, which is non-functional at the moment. Like I said, I need to get this clock. This clock has not been serviced in almost 40 years. And the backstory behind this clock is The guy that I got it from bought it from a local, or it was actually in a doctor's house, well-known physician, and he had this clock originally, and then sold it to the guy that I got it from, and yeah, there's an inscription on this door. I don't know if you guys can read that to me or not. There's some carvings on that door and I can't read them, but maybe that can give you some information on what this clock is. But I'm gonna give you a little sample of what the chimes sound like if it'll let us. We're gonna start with Winchester. It's not gonna do it. It's not going to do it, is it? Okay, well then I'll stop the pendulum in. So here is Winchester. Now we're gonna do the quarters. This would be 11:15 on Winchester. Half past. Quarter till. Do the Winchester chime at the top of the hour. Now I'll show you Whittington. This has Winchester, Whittington, and Westminster. That's the quarter past. Isn't that beautiful? And we'll do the full top of the hour with the Whittington chime. And then finally I'll show you Westminster, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on this cool clock. So here's quarter past of Westminster. Now the fourth hammer from the inside needs adjustment. It's too close to the rods, and I don't know how to do that yet. I'm hoping that I'll find someone in Arizona that could help me service the movement without too much trouble, and hopefully it won't be too expensive. Really cool if I could find someone that would willing to, maybe we could do it together and see how it works on the inside. I've always been fascinated with how a mechanical movement works. I used to have a skeleton, just the movement that had been gutted from a grandfather clock, but it was too far gone, and I couldn't see how it worked. So it'd be kind of cool to get together with somebody and see how this whole thing works. It's kind of fascinating. Here's the top of the hour. And the way I was advancing the chimes was by moving the chime selection lever from silent to chime mode. I wasn't moving the hands except for that one point. But anyway, my final thoughts on this clock is it's really cool. I'll just show you the moon dial. It's got some really cool. You can see it's got the church. It's got the other couple of moons. So, and I think it's a fully functioning lunar calendar. But yeah, and here's that little plaque again. Maybe you guys can help me figure out what that says. It's inscripted on this little bottom plate inside the door, and it's right there. I don't know what it says right there, but I'll just keep it there so you guys can take a look at it. But yeah, there's some numbers on that placard, and I can't read it. But my final thoughts on this clock is it's a pretty cool clock. I'm glad I obtained it. If you guys know more about the movement, I think it's a Keininger movement, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's my very first triple chime grandfather clock, and I can't believe I finally have one after waiting for several years. I have a Ridgeway Westminster chime only clock back home in Arkansas, and it's really cool. But this is my first triple chime Howard Miller grandfather clock in my new home in the desert. It's really cool, and I like it. I can't wait to see how it sounds when it gets serviced and cleaned and oiled. Hopefully I can learn how that all goes together. But anyway, that's a quick look at a Howard Miller 1985 approximately triple chime grandfather clock with a sort of rare chime selection. Winchester, Whittington, and Westminster. Most grandfather clocks have Whittington, St. Michael's, and Westminster, but this has an older chime called Winchester. I don't know where that chime originated from. If I find more history about that, I will make an update to this video. But for now, that's all I got for you. So hopefully you guys have a great day. But for now, this is your best friend Dalton signing out. Good night, everybody.